Hello, 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 and welcome to another podcast episode. Today I am going to talk about our co-living situation and maybe a bit more practical insight of how we're actually making this work and how our everyday life look. I think it's quite futuristic, the way we are living here and the vision that I had in mind when I left Denmark to realize this dream of mine. I think we are heading in a direction where we combine the old village living with new technology, and that being smarter and more free, but back to the roots of the village living, of sharing and energetic exchanging rather than having money involved. And I think that feeling has been growing in me for many years, maybe my entire life. I come from a very normal mid-class family, so I'm not given anything extra. I went to a totally normal public school in Denmark. I have one brother. My parents were together until, they divorced quite late. Actually, I was like 20 or something, 18. So my whole childhood has been very normal, quiet, easy. But my mom did give me a lot of calm, space, support, and she really did see me. And I think that has built some really strong pillars in me, and it has built a confidence that is so strong that I actually go after my dreams, and I believe deep, deep, deep down what my heart is telling me. And I have shared in different podcasts before, or in my content, that I bought this caravan and I took my back then 5-year-old son and left out in the blue, not knowing where I went, but to create this community. But now we're here and we have lived in a community and been building this community for almost 2 years. So I want to give you today an update about how it's going and how we have reached this place, because I think it's quite unique and it is requiring a different mentality. When I wanted to start this and when I started sharing with people that I wanted a community where I didn't feel too much, where I didn't feel that I wanted more and people wanted less, or people wanted privacy and they didn't want to live together, for example. They thought that it would be difficult. What about finances? What if you do things different than I do things? I just want my quiet and peace. I want to do whatever I want to do when I come home and not have another partner to discuss things with. And I think that's very essential and an essential description of how I see this differently. Because for me, it's not a compromising thing, it's a gaining thing. It's like, why are we not living together? Why are we not supporting each other? Why are we not sharing resources? It's so distant for me that if I have something that you're missing, why would I not share it with you? And I guess both my type 7 in the Enneagram is of course helping me, and this is the ideal world. This is my ideal world as a type 7 to create this. And I'm even belonging, type 7 is the logical triad that is belonging to the community people. So I am a community person, but it it requires that I get over my fear of being locked up and limited in order to actually create that world. But the desire and the longing in me is there, and it has always been there. The more the merrier. I remember as a child as well, I would think like, I just want more people. I just want to live with more people. I just want to be around more people. I don't want people to leave again. I want them to just move in, or let's have big holidays. Let's have big Christmases. Let's be with people. But especially in Denmark, this is not, you don't do that. It's not a thing. And I think in the whole world, to the extent that I wanted and to my vision, it's not really in the world yet. So when I started sharing this vision before we left, this is back in 2022, 23, we left summer 23, and before that as well, I had this vision for quite some time where I started like searching, and since I was alone with my kid as well, I needed these resources, I needed this support, I needed the community. So I started searching for that where I was, and didn't meet anyone that could or wanted to create it with me. So when I shared this vision with people, the feedback was that, oh, it's so difficult, like there will be so many discussions because people are doing it differently and people are getting stuck in their head, and there will be more issues with it than freedom and support. And I agree. I think, yes, exactly. It does require us to sit down and talk about things. It does require us to look at our ego that pops up all the time. It does require that we have a very calm nervous system. I don't think it's possible to have a full-time job, like two partners having full-time jobs, 2 kids each, and then bring 2 families together. If there's no time to talk, I do think, yes, then it's really difficult. I mean, I don't want to say like nothing is impossible, right? But it is getting really difficult if you don't set aside time to actually talk about these things, because it requires that, one person is having something on their heart, 2 people are having an issue to solve. It's not one person is on its own and then like, oh, you're the one with the issue, so I'm not here for you, you solve it out. It's like, okay, we gotta talk about it until it resolves. Talk about it, give it space, talk about it, give it space, get clarity on what's ego, what's essential, like what is coming from the heart, what is coming from the mind, all of these things. So when I met Chandra and we decided to move in, we did talk. Like back then I had a break from my business because I was on the travel and being in the caravan was too much. So I had one coaching client, and that client was a high-end client that was paying enough for me to just survive, just get food and get moving on the road. I couldn't make a saving, I couldn't have anything fancy, but it was a choice of mine, it was a priority. And I knew it's going to take some time before I have space to get back to my business. But when I then met Chandra, I had a lot of time, and straight away, the heart was telling, this is the person. After 2 days, she visited me. I just told her, like, I think you are the one that is the first family for me to start creating this community with. And I remember she just like looked at me like, okay, freak. But she stayed, somehow it resonated with her heart. It resonated with, and I think a lot of people is resonating. Like I think a lot of people are looking at our life and what we're creating here, and they'll be like, if I could get that as well, it would be amazing, but I can't. And I think that's the whole purpose of this. Like, it does require that there is a lot of trust involved. There's a lot of decisions that are not easy to make, where it could go incredibly wrong. In our mind, we think that, and the chance to succeed is very tiny. This is the feeling when we say yes to these kind of things, like, especially because kids are involved. So it's like, oh, if we do move in together and the kids are getting used to that, and there's a lot of elements involved suddenly, and if we move away from each other, there will be a lot of healing as well. But it's like trusting that there are soul contracts, trusting that we are brought together for a reason, trusting that if it feels right in the heart, it's because it is right. It's because it's the right path to go. Maybe it's not going to look like it's dream picture in my head, but it will be beneficial for me. It's either going to teach me something, it's going to lead me to somewhere, or it is it. And with Chandra, it is it. That was it. So we did say yes, and we did talk for hours and hours. I would say like average 6 hours a day. And that's so overwhelming. I totally understand if you're sitting now being like, oh, I really want this. I would love to live like this. Like every day is a holiday, working so little. I don't want to talk 6 hours with someone every day. It's like, that is the kind of openness it requires. And it is not for everyone. And especially not yet, because it's so new. It's so new, and we cannot turn to someone and be like, oh, let's see how they're doing. Let's consult with them, what they did when they had this issue. Everything is new. Like everything Chandra and I go through right now is new. And I feel so confident walking this path, and I do want to inspire and also just give an insight of, maybe you don't want to go all in, but maybe you want to go in some of the directions, because there is a freedom to this life. There is a freedom to the life that it's so quiet, it's so still, that space within you that is raw, where your desires lives, like where you can fully enjoy life, where you can look at nature and actually see the beauty of it. Because you're not distracted, you're not stressed out, you don't have a full nervous system thinking about dinner and cleaning and plans. You're empty of stress, and your nervous system is hungry for life because it's not stressed out and it's not full. This is the life that we are creating here. It's like every day is seriously free. I mean, and everything just works out. This is the magic of it. And it seems impossible. It seems like, oh, you get tired of getting to the beach. I mean, not really. Like every single day in the afternoon to go for a swim in the water, realigning the heart with the rhythm of the waves, feeling the sensation of cold water on your skin. I mean, feeling the sun rays warming you, hearing the birds, sitting enjoying your food, getting real nice nutrition, working on business that really is like so inspiring to your soul. Every time I'm sitting with my computer, it's like, oh my God, can I really get an hour to sit and work with the Enneagram? Oh, I can get this post out. Like, oh, now sitting here on the balcony, there's so many workers around me, but still enjoying the birds singing, sharing this with you, because I have a deep desire that it can inspire someone to go in that same direction. Meeting with like-minded people. Yesterday we met with a friend and her 2 daughters. And a simple thing as there's just no sugar for the kids. I mean, they did get a lollipop and that was a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like, or you get an ice cream and then, oh, that's a big deal. It's something that we are at least conscious about. And I know all parents are doing their best. I'm not here to blame or judge or anything. Everyone is doing their best. But I am here to inspire, and I am here to provocate maybe a little bit that part of you that is interested in these kind of things that we are doing here, because I do believe that it's a desire that you have as well, and your heart is telling you that there is something better. And I wanna put fuel on that tiny little flame in you, because it's possible. And just hanging out with them yesterday, everything is so calm. We parent the same way. We look behind the children's actions. We're back with the parents' nervous system is so calm that we are actually able to look behind our children's actions. We're not reactive with them. I mean, of course, we lose our shit sometime too. And it's not like we never get into discussions, but we're with them all day long. We're with our children all day long. And we're having conversations with them. We're having a foundation of understanding what it takes to be in a relationship. We're having conversations about feelings and how we express ourselves and our desires, rather than reacting on our full nervous system to understand and decode our emotions language. This is the schooling we're doing. It's the schooling of understanding emotions, understanding ourselves, understanding communication and relationships, understanding how we can reset our nervous system ourselves. And our kids are 7, 8, and they're able to do that. They are supporting each other. When one is having a difficult time, they can see behind the other person's feelings and talking into that. And for me, that is real success. It's like, this is what the world is moving into. And this is what is needed. This direction is needed in order to live in that kind of co-living that I have for my vision. And again, it's not like this is the only way you can do co-living, or this is the only best way to live life. It's just a way to live life. It's just a way to create a community and share resources. And yeah, that leads me into the whole money situation, which is also a huge topic, and it's always a bit difficult to speak about money, or to be the one saying, I feel that I have spent more on grocery than you, or my ego is talking. I can feel that my black book is keeping something that I'm not able to release. Please help me. And it's like, it's a big deal to say these shameful things out loud, but this is so freeing, and this is the solution, and this is what makes it deep, unique, honest, and possible. Sometimes it's just the other one saying, oh yeah, but I bought this, like something maybe I forgot that Chandra bought. And then when she's just reminding me, oh yeah, but I did buy this one. Oh yeah, okay, removed from my black book. We're totally even. Now it's fine in my system. So simple. But because we carry it along, and like, we don't talk about it, and then we start shaming ourselves. Why am I so picky? Why am I not just giving more? Then it grows bigger and bigger, and it takes over our whole focus, and we can't really be present with whatever is. So it's definitely a thing to say things already when it shows up. So the other day we had a talk about, now I'm building my business and I'm launching few things, and Chandra is not there where she feels like launching a business. She has had a saving, and now all these money things come up. Like, what are we gonna do? So far we've just paid half, like just half rent, half groceries, and trusting that we're even out whatever we are giving, not getting into details of €5 or I paid this and saving all the notes and stuff, which is totally a new way of living as well. I'm sure it's going to be a trigger for so many people, that we just trust that it, in the end of the day, it will equal out, and no one is taking advantage of the other, because I think what it requires is that you trust that the other person won't take advantage of you. You are basically laying your heart in the middle of the table, and you're like, you could go and just stab it, but I trust that you won't, because you're a good person and I have the same power over you. And as human, that is the most difficult power to have. Like the power, this is the same power we have over children, which is so scary. It's like the other person is defenseless. They cannot do anything. It's like you have the power to destroy the other person's life. And the other person is allowing that and willing to give you that power, trusting that you won't do that. Because what it comes with as well is a deep respect, and with a deep trusting within each other. You're all in just being aligned together. And the other day we had this conversation, because I'm building my business and I will have more income coming in, and my vision of this community is not to be me and Chandra living together. It's to be living 5, 6, 7 families together in a castle, within a huge place where each family can have their own kind of part of the house with 3, 4 rooms, their own little mini kitchen, their own bathrooms. If they have visitors, they're there. So I'm not there yet. I'm still in process. I'm still building this. And for Chandra, it's like, wow, it's going so fast, and it's overwhelming, I believe, because it's like, that's a lot of next step. Okay, we just settled into a house, but I'm now looking to expand. And then another family came. She decided to come live with us. She will move in a few months, just going home, packing everything, sorting everything out. Same story over again. It's like, it's so freaking scary. My whole system is saying no, but my heart is saying yes, and I'm going for it. I'm just taking that jump, and trusting that if my heart is telling me yes, it's because it is a yes. So knowing that, okay, now we're 3 families, we cannot stay in this house much longer, because we don't have space for a 4th family. We don't have space for 5, 6, 7 families. So we would need to move on. Leading me to the question, I want to expand my income as well. And I need my income to grow so this community can be built, so I can expand, so we can bring more in, and just take this to the next level. And Chandra is not there. She's not there where she's having a lot of energy on business. Why would she go into business if she doesn't feel like? If her heart is telling her that she's in a different state in her life, just because I have the feeling, this would be a classic crossroad where we would then split up, because she would not be able to put the same kind of rent into a house that I would be able to put into. I would want to upgrade. She would want to wait until she has the money. And why would I say no to Chandra then? Like, it does not make sense in my core DNA cells. It doesn't make sense. It's like, if I make money, I'll just go out and pay for the rent. And you don't make money, but you're making so much else. Like, you are having a different presence with the kids than I have. You are doing activities with the kids. You are taking care of nutritious, delicious food. You have so many other qualities that I don't want to lose. So why would I sit and calculate? Because it's not measurable what she's giving, and what I would give in money is measurable. And I think this is a huge default in our life. Like, we are still saying that women are so free, and we're so equal, and we're making our own money. But are we really, in the end of the day? If I'm just seeing like all these single moms reaching out to me, like what should I do? Can I come join your community? Because I'm alone with my 2 children. I cannot make it work. I don't have, like, I cannot unschool. I cannot work at the same time and then be free or having any kind of time, like, it's a big pressure. So are we really so free? Because what we are giving, and the whole feminine nurturing, is still not measured. It is still not measured. It's not possible to get a house because you're a good mom. It's not possible to get nutritious food, homegrown food, because you are unschooling your kids, teaching them real life lesson about who they are and how their system is working, how to balance their nervous system, and which is the most important lessons of life. It's not measurable. So we women cannot. A man can, because he won't be the caretaker of the kids, especially if they're small. I mean, of course, sometimes he would, but women are not. Like, so many women are staying with their partner just because they need the money. And I really want to break with that. I really want to break with this point of money being a separate resource. And everything else is like, yeah, we'll just give whatever. If you like to do the dishes, I will have fun with the kids. Why is money not the same thing? Oh, I will just pay for everything and you will do the dishes. Like, but in a chosen thing, like when you're not romantically involved, I think this is where it becomes difficult, and where we are still stuck in this idea of, oh, am I being taken advantage of? Why wouldn't I go all in with a friend that I'm living with as much as a husband? It's even more serious with a friend, because we are not romantically involved. We don't have all these like hormone feelings filling our system with like, oh my god, like everything is gonna be so good and we're gonna do this and that and we'll succeed. We are very raw and honest here, like making that decision every single day to stay together. Where a romantic relationship, it would be that, okay, then you go out and make the money, and then I can then live the freedom life I want, but you're still alone. Most moms want to have the freedom, want to have partners that they are free with, that is wanting deep relationships. And I'm not saying that all men are like that or anything. I'm not judging anyone. I'm sharing what I'm hearing, And there is a big group of women that are sitting with partners that they would want to leave, actually, want to upgrade, or even that they're just not aligned anymore, but they can't. But these kind of communities can actually make it happen. It can make it happen even just for you to come and just reset, because mothers are exhausted. Single mothers are exhausted. It's like before getting into this house and before starting all of that, I was just so exhausted, like when do you have time to yourself? If you choose to be with your kid all day long, it's just hard. So I am including money as well as an even resource of exchange of energy. Money is just energy, just like everything else. If I make a bunch of money, I'm gonna buy the house that I want or that we want, the big size, and going all in and following the dreams, and that being equal to whatever anyone else in the community is given, and just trusting that we don't even need to measure who is giving. If someone is dealing with a lot of heavy emotions or revisiting a trauma to heal, okay, for 2 weeks you might be totally out of service and not really giving a lot of things, but there is space for that, and there is a bigger trust in believing that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. I'm not being taken advantage of, as long as my heart is saying this is the right direction to go into. So in order to connect with that heart and get the answers, we need a calm nervous system, and we need space and silence. And we don't get that when we are full-time workers in a busy city with a lot of noise and a lot of plans and a lot of things going on in our mind and a lot of to-do lists and a lot of things to remember. That is noise and distractions removing us from our heart. And that is definitely step one. I mean, to dare to let go of these things. So yeah, is there anything else I wanted to share? I think I got around a few topics about how we are actually living here. There are a lot of conversations about respect and boundaries that we're having with the kids that I would love to do another podcast episodes about, because I think we're not having enough conversations with our children as well. And I definitely see that there's a huge difference all the way down to 3-4 years old. You can actually start having really nice conversations with your child about respecting each other and having boundaries, not in a way of like putting them off or telling them off or making them wrong or that they're in the way or anything, but just more like you're okay. Like you're okay here, and we don't need all this stimulation. We don't need to be entertained all the time. We don't need to have this instant replies, which also comes down to us as adults, like deprogramming from this fast world where achieving and like being first and fast is being pushed to be better, and it's really not. And we need to deprogram ourselves, and also then talk to our kids about that, the beauty of boredom, where creativity lives. And that is taking, like, if you're imagining, it's like you're okay, calm in the middle, you're giving up good because you want better, but the first step on that road, once you give up, is that it gets hell worse. And then from hell worse, it starts flattening out, and then it gets really good. So there is always this bump on the road when we release something, or when we work on a pattern. There will always be this bump on the road where it's like changes are happening and everything becomes more chaotic and everything gets more pressured, and then it starts being built up. It's like it gotta be destroyed, it gotta die first, and that is a dramatic phase to go through. And then from there you build something new, and you have emptied out, you have said no to so many things, and put your boundaries, and now there's space to actually build a new foundation of something that you really want, and that is really aligned with your core and your values. So yeah, thank you for listening. It is a pleasure to be able to share, and if you know anyone that you think would be inspired by this, then I would be happy if you would share it. Otherwise, I just want to wish you a beautiful day, and reach out to me here on email. Could be email, could be Instagram, whatever you feel like using of medium. I would love to connect with you and hear your journey and where you are in your life, what inspires you. If you have any topics that you would like to hear about, I would be happy to look into that. So yeah, take care, beautiful soul. I love you.